When we get used to how something should work, and then it doesn't, what's your first thought? Is it, what did I do wrong? Or, that's never happened before. Hi, I'm Joanne Smith, and welcome. The scenario I just mentioned happened while I was editing a video with software I've been using for months. I'm still a newbie at recording and editing, and sometimes I leave the gaffes in, like the time my favorite cameraman, my husband, was going to gently have bubbles float up, and instead it turned into a full-on bubble attack. But this time the glitch was horrific. The sound and video didn't match at all. It looked like a badly dubbed 80s movie, unintentionally funny, but not very helpful. I reloaded the video. Still out of sync. Turns out the editing software has a little drop down that lets you unlink the audio from the video so you can gently nudge things back into place. Apparently, unsynced audio is such a common problem, the workaround was already there, just waiting for me to find it. That made me smile and remember something. Years ago, when software first became part of everyday work, the automatic response to failure was user error. Many of us were afraid that we'd break something inside the computer. Eventually, programmers figured out that many failures weren't user mistakes at all. One of the most common programming mistakes is called an off-by-one error, OBOE, oboe, where one tiny assumption throws everything off. I like my oboes and symphonies, not in my software. Back in 1998, skilled nursing facilities were required to buy new software to transmit medical records to their states. The program we chose promised to be fully automated, and it really mattered. Once physician orders were entered, the software was supposed to generate medication records automatically. Daily schedules, monthly meds, every other day meds, all of it. That automation would save hours of work and reduce transcription errors. For patients that mattered, for nurses that mattered. The data was entered, the reports printed, until the 28th of the month. Then nothing. The assumption buried in the code was simple. Every month has 28 days. The software didn't break because someone used it wrong. It broke because curiosity stopped too soon. Once that assumption was questioned, the fix was immediate. And that's the part I keep thinking about. It's tempting in software and in life to jump straight to certainty. Someone messed up. Something's wrong. Who's to blame? But curiosity often fixes things faster. And it's not just software glitches that cause havoc. Relationships can break down in the same way. How could anyone think like that? What's wrong with them? Sometimes someone's heart is in the right place, like the nursing assistant whose concerns weren't being heard. Over time, her message didn't change, but the wrapping did. It came coated in coarse grit sandpaper. When curiosity matters more than certainty, connections can sometimes be rebuilt. Other times, the relationship has to be redefined. Have you noticed with some people getting to the bottom of the conflict helps? And with others, space has to come first, before anything useful can happen. Moving forward kindly isn't easy. There have been times someone wanted to mend a relationship and I said no. I try not to be harsh, not to assign blame to them or to me. A few years ago, a former colleague, Fran, reached out after years of silence. She apologized for how I was treated and for circumstances that forced me to resign. She didn't explain. She didn't justify. She just said she was genuinely sorry. I thanked her. Sometimes that's enough. Other times, we never get that call. And we have to make the sense of the situation ourselves. What lens are we using? Self-doubt? Blame? Or curiosity? When we become curious about what we learn about ourselves and accept ourselves, we begin to regain a sense of peace. Our defenses soften, just like that nursing assistant who was certain She was the only one who cared, until curiosity opened another way of seeing. I'm Joanne, your encourager. Curiosity keeps the door open, even if the agreement doesn't walk through. Next week, we'll take the next step, how we actually make decisions.